after the British Champs. I felt a bit sorry for myself for a couple of days, but I think when I analysed everything, sort of looked at it compared to this time last year, you know, I had made sort of big strides. And then training's been great since then. Got into it, really been positive. All the workouts have been strong. I'm feeling really good for the weekend. English Champs, known as the Yorkshire Duathlon. So I'm looking forward to that. I do like the course. It suits me a lot better than Oulton Park. It's quite rolling, the bike course, 3 laps of the circuit, then a rolling, I think it's 25k in the countryside, but I do like it. I really liked it last year. The run course is slightly different this year. They've actually done it all on pavement, 10k and the 5k finish, so that should suit me as well, and it's pretty flat. Certain things that went really well at Oulton was the nutrition, so I'm just going to keep with that. Got a new saddle, probably the comfiest saddle I've ever had, which so hopefully that'll be good, because again I had a lot of problems at Oulton with the saddle. The race setup should be fine. Putting the disc on, the wind's not that bad, so I'll put the disc on again. I'm really looking forward to the bike actually. I really felt strong the last sort of 2 or 3 laps on the bike, which I've never been in that situation before, to feeling strong at the end of the bike and on a tough course. So I'm really going to try to push on the bike. Unfinished business from last year. I know exactly where I fell off, so I'm going to be really careful when I come over that top of that hill. And I don't want to end up in an ambulance this year. Hopefully end up on the podium. I say that every time, but that's always the goal. And you know, to be sort of podium, sort of finishing. I do feel a lot better this time. Got that first race out of the way, that first 10k for, you know, which isn't a lot. I haven't raced 10k for a long time. That bike, a lot of the changes that I made on the bike with the position and stuff, really felt comfortable at Oulton. So I'm looking forward to getting out there again and doing that. I've had some of the best workouts even though it's on the turbo, but I've had some really good workouts since Oulton on the bike. So yeah, so I'm sort of I'm really looking forward to it. My sort of frustration being so far off the podium, which I wasn't expecting. So my first thing was to look back and think, you know, should I be focusing on the sprint, which I do believe at the World Champs I could be on the podium there with a little bit of, you know, sort of fine tuning. But I've spoken to Ian, my coach. We've sort of put a plan together to try and get that gap down from the guy that won at Oulton, who was the previous British champion, and also I think he was the world champion. Looked at that, looked at what we need to do, putting certain things in place to try and bridge that gap. So we're sticking with the standard, full gas really. I think I was relaxed at Oulton, so I want to be relaxed again. I don't want to be too nervous going into it. That sort of really helped me. I'm going to be stopping there overnight, so I'll have plenty of time to the lie of the land and be relaxed. Sort of come race time, making sure that my nutrition's on point, making sure that first run I'm sort of within myself, but still sort of performing. Transition 1, that's without incident. I'm in and out as quickly as possible. I want to hit the first 3 laps quite hard, you know, because it is flat, and I want to really sort of push it. T2 coming back in, I want to make sure that that's on point. And then the last run, I want to feel strong. I want to feel really strong on that last run. I want to feel strong. I just wanted to give you a quick update after yesterday's English Nationals. Really pleased with the result, the performance. A little bit of a step up from the previous performances. Slowly getting there, I think. Legs as well don't feel as battered as they have done in the previous 2 races. Shows I'm getting used to that as well. Already done a run session this morning to get rid of the lactic, and then I will do an easy bike later on in the afternoon. Really sort of good atmosphere, really nice people. Everybody was really chilled out, which was good. I was better prepared for this race than the previous 2. Changed a few things on the bike again. It went really well. First run, quite a flat course. I still think there's some improvement that I can make there. Still not really 100% happy with the run, but the bike is coming along slowly. I really felt strong on the bike, strong on the circuit, predominantly flat. When I got out onto the roads, felt really strong. Didn't feel like I was at any time was overreaching. I wasn't sort of going over that red line. On the previous 2 races and some of the races last year, I felt like I was having to really push constantly on the bike, whereas yesterday I did feel in control. Second run just caused me a few issues. Not the calves this time. I think it's the first time in probably 2 years that I had a calf issue coming into T2. So I've got my trainers on, sort of had a pretty quick transition. As soon as I ran out of transition, my quad seized up. Just I don't know why. I presume it was something on the bike that had caused it. I had like a dead leg. Disappointing. That sort of really came out with the chap who was in second place. We were sort of together. That put pay to me sort of catching him, really. It was agonising. I was in quite a lot of pain. A podium finish, I'm happy with that. At English Nationals, to take a podium when you get it. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the whole day. The whole event went really well. Met a lot of great people. Thanks for anybody that's been coming up to me and saying hello. I really appreciate it. The event is Clumber Park, but before that I'm going away for a week skiing. I will be training. I'm taking the turbo and I'm taking my running kit as well. Maybe not as much training as I would normally do on a week, but with skiing as well, I think that'll be enough to keep me fit and to keep me ticking over. And then really the focus is on Clumber Park in 3 weeks' time. Really looking forward to that. I really like the bike course there as well. I didn't do the normal run course because that was when we did it in COVID. It was like a cross-country course, but I haven't done the run course. But yeah, I really like the bike course there, and I think it suits me being a rolling road type course. It's all building up to the Worlds. I'm going to spend probably 4 or 5 weeks on a training camp prior to the Worlds to get some prep, as well as spending a lot more time out on the bike. That's going to be the plan for the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks, to really spend more time out on the TT bike, trying to get some gains there.